Jefferson County Court at Law.
Got to adjourn.
I don't know. He was on there. There he is. I think we're.
What's started, is that started? We need to hold it down again.
He's talking, but I can't hear.
Okay, court is now in cause number 321-826. The style of the state of Texas versus Sidney Mayor West. Mr. West, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. West, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. West, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you?
Yes, sir.
Mr. West, you may put your hand out. How are you doing, Mr. West?
Pretty good. How yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. West, you are represented by your attorney, Ms. Marva Provo, who is appearing in court. Ms. Provo, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor.
Ms. Provo, do you waive a record in Mr. West's case?
I do, Your Honor.
And the state is represented by attorney Tommy Coleman. Attorney Coleman, how are you doing?
Doing good, Your Honor.
Mr. West, I have before me a document that has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This document is titled Information. This information alleges that on or about December 27 of 2017, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of possession of marijuana. Mr. West, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. West, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Mr. West, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. West, I have before me a document
Oh, good.
that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Mr. West, did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on the next page of the same document, Mr. West, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. West, is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
Mr. West, at the top of the same document, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means that you are giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. West, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes. Yes, sir. I did.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir. She
Mr.
went
West,
over. She
Mr.
went
West,
over everything.
okay, that's good. Now, Mr. West, are you a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
Mr. West, well, state, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and State's Exhibit Number 2, the probable cause affidavit is in the court's file. State, you like to offer State's Exhibits 1 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer states 1 and 2.
Any objections?
No objection.
Okay, no objections. States 1 and 2 will be admitted in court. Will take judicial notice of states exhibit number 2 that is in the court's file. Ms. Provo, you have advised and counseled Mr. West. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. West, your attorney, Ms. Provo, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Very good. Very good.
Mr. West, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do you have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea in this case, Your Honor, the state's recommending confinement in the Jefferson County Jail for a period of 30 days. However, we're asking that the court give the defendant credit for the 30 days that he's already spent in custody, essentially making this a time-served plea agreement. And with regard to the court costs, we're asking that the court likewise give him credit for the time he spent in tax and retire those court costs, Judge.
And Ms. Pro, is that the agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. West, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be given credit for time served for the time that you've already served in jail. The court cost in this case is $507, but you will not have to pay the court cost because the time that you served in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Mr. West, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir. I do.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. West, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. West, this will conclude your case. Please follow the bailiff and you have a blessed day. And
You
Ms.
too.
Thank you. And Ms.
All
Provo.
right, thank y'all.
You're welcome. And Ms. Provo, this will also conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Yes, you may.